Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I want to wrap up my 2018 general goals and then get into my 2019 overall personal goals. If you are interested in my reading goals specifically, I will link my reading wrap up on the screen. So I was going to split this into two videos for the 2018 wrap up and the 2019 goals because I do have a lot of 2019 goals, but my 2018 wrap up wouldn't really be long enough to justify its own video, so I'm just going to do this really quickly here. So a lot of my 2018 goals were really around fitness. I had just general goals of like graduating school and stuff, but as I mentioned last year in my goals video, I knew I was going to do that, so it wasn't like anything, I didn't have anything specific that I needed to do for that, just like get through school. So I just really had a lot of like fitness and strength kind of goals. So I did track the 5 main lifts that I do. So I do a lot of accessory lifting as well, but I do the 5 main lifts as far as deadlift, bench, squat, overhead press, and row. And some of those I didn't have goals for, but others of them I did. And I didn't actually hit any of the strength goals except for one. So I wanted to get to 65 pounds overhead press, and I did in December. I managed to add weight to each of them. I actually tracked where I was at the middle of the year as well, and I'd actually gone down in my weights for a lot of things. So a lot of things affected my weightlifting this year. I had a couple of like minor injuries in my knee and in my back, and then I was actually eating below or at maintenance the majority of the year, calorie-wise. So you can't actually build muscle and strength when you're eating below maintenance calories. And so I had just a really weird relationship with calories and food this year. I'm not going to get into all of that right now because I'm talking about that more for the 2019 section, but I was just constantly like eating lower during the week so I could make up for the weekends when I would like go out and celebrate or something. So I just was eating at maintenance or below the whole year, and you just can't build strength that way. But at the end of the year is when I actually started to up my calories a bit, and that's when I noticed some of the strength gains and such. So I'm not going to go into all the numbers because they're not really that fun, and it's mostly for me because for most of them I only put on like 10 extra pounds on the bar, but then throughout the year it's like I wasn't training some of those lifts, or I was injured, or I was not eating the appropriate amount, or whatever the case may be. So they're not even really accurate reporting of what my strength and stuff is, and this year I feel like my strength numbers are going to go up a lot. I did have the goal of posting at least one video a month on this channel. I don't think that I did that at all, but I did have a lot of really good months. I had like Vlogmas and stuff, but I'm hoping to expand this channel more in 2019 when I'll have more time. And then I did establish some new goals using monthly goals. So I talked, I think a little bit last year about how I wanted to do small steps, and that helped me establish some goals as far as I'm going to do this one thing for a month, and then it just kind of carried over. So the 3 big health goals that I established last year when doing them as monthly goals and that just stuck were drinking at least 48 ounces of water a day. Now I drink at least 64. Having a bedtime before 1 a.m. I've walked this back to around like 11 p.m. and I actually need to walk this back even further for my new job schedule, but this is really good because before I wasn't getting in bed before 1 a.m. at all, and now I don't even know how I did that. And then having veggies in some meal daily, and now I'm doing even more than that because right now I'm on Whole30. I will link my video introduction to Whole30 up above because throughout this month you're going to get a lot of Whole30 vlogs and stuff on here, but Whole30 is making it so I'm eating vegetables in every meal, which is wonderful, and I feel great. Wouldn't you know? And I did a really simple spread, my bullet journal wrapping up 2018. I'm not going to show you that because again I have some numbers in there and I have some like weight and things in there that might be triggering to some people, so I'm not going to show that. But I did a lot of journaling around the lessons I learned in 2018, the things I was grateful for in 2018, what it taught me, and then my goals and such. I did do a little roadmap of 2018 and some of the big things that happened per month. I want to document my life a little bit better in 2019. It's not a general goal, but it is kind of a thing I have in the back of my head, so I kind of know when things happen throughout the year. But that was a fun thing to kind of look at my year and then just remind myself that I want to document my life better, which has been a thing I want to do for a while. So here are my 2019 goals. Now I did a lot of like journaling and stuff related to my 2019 goals and following some other YouTubers' tips on it. So one of the things was kind of journal where you want to be in a year and then kind of basing your goals off of that. So I did do this spread, which is me in a year, and it breaks off into different categories of what I want to feel in each of these things, and that's kind of how I based my goals this year. So for grand overarching goals, I have a number of different categories. I have mental, physical, financial, career, which I put kind of separate from financial, and relationships. So I have these overarching goals, and then I broke them into smaller tasks that I want to complete throughout the year. That worked really well for me in 2018. 2018 taught me that doing those small monthly tasks for goals helped. And since I have a lot more goals this year that are more concrete and that I've broken down a lot, I know that I'm going to be successful with these because I know that I do well with that. So I'm actually even breaking these down into like quarterly goals for each quarter to get done. And then some of these I'm thinking I could probably get done at the beginning half of the year. So I'll be reevaluating halfway through the year how these goals have went, and I'll be updating you guys at that point as well too. So first I'm going to start with mental goals. So the first one is to create an apartment that is my sanctuary, that really fits my aesthetic, makes me feel calm, and just makes me feel happy. I've never really had a living space since I've moved out on my own in general, whether I was living with people or not like I am right now, that has really felt quite like me. And now living alone, I have this opportunity to really make this space mine, make it feel like home. I don't have to compromise with anybody on the decor or anything. Like, I just can make it what I want it to be and what will fit best with my life and my function and what I need it for. So I'm really excited about this. I've been pinning stuff for months kind of leading up to this year, and then it just kind of felt right for me to do this kind of apartment aesthetic thing. So with that, when I'm breaking up into smaller goals, for January to March, I want to focus on my bedroom and my bathroom, and both of those have the foundation bits. All of the apartment has the foundation bits, but it's really just adding the last few things that I need in both of those to make it really homey and cozy. I do find that with my bedrooms, whenever I move somewhere, it's like the one area I don't work on, which should be my like first priority. So really getting the bedroom cozy, and I've already made some steps towards that, has been something that I'm really excited about. Then from April to June, I really want to focus on the living room. Like, I want to have the living room done by June and really making that a completed space. July to September, I want to work on the kitchen and any other miscellaneous spaces that I haven't really touched yet, any little last things that I need. And then October through December, I want to work on my holiday aesthetic, and like, I really like decorating for the holidays, so just figuring out what I want for my decor for the holidays that fit in with the space that I've created and all of that. So this is one of the goals. This is why I started with this one. It's one of them that I'm most excited about. It's one that I'm working on a lot right now. I just got a new headboard. I've never had a headboard. I just got new curtains that are blackout that are wonderful. I slept in them for the first time last night as of the filming of this video, and they were great. They're also noise reducing, and they are really nice texture. And I'm looking at like throw pillows, but just a few, but just enough to make it cozy. So I'm really about embracing, as I've talked about on this channel and on my other channel, embracing like a more minimal lifestyle, but not in the way that I don't have anything, in the way that like the things that I have I love and serve a purpose and make me really happy, and that's what I want my space to be. The second mental related overall goal is to establish a weekly reset routine. This was talked about on another YouTuber's channel. Her name is Michelle B. I will link her down below because she's where I got a lot of the inspiration for like setting the goals and doing the journaling and all of the stuff that I did to create a lot of these. But she has a weekly reset routine, which I already kind of have anyway for when I like plan my week in my bullet journal, but she has a lot of things that she does in her like weekly reset, and I really want to do that because I feel like it is going to be kind of a self-care thing. I want to make that like a self-care day. I also want to integrate one time a month during my weekly reset day a complete digital detox as far as social media. So I can do like Netflix and stuff, or maybe play video games if I want to, but any social media I just don't want to use for a whole day once a month. So those kinds of things as far as like my organization and clearing my mind and being calm, like that's what I want to have established. So for that, I need to brainstorm some ideas of what will make me feel calm and organized and things I want to integrate into that routine. Then pick a day and time of the week, it's probably going to be on the weekend sometime, and then integrate that digital detox and start doing it and trying it out. So then we have physical goals. So I am probably going to set some strength goals, but since I'm an intermediate lifter right now, I'm not really sure what is realistic, so I'm still kind of working out what my strength goals will be. So these are non-strength related goals. Well, one is a strength goal, but anyway. The first is to improve my overall flexibility, so I want to get into like a stretching routine and just be more flexible in general. So the different categories I want to work on is getting to a toe touch, getting a deep squat, and getting the splits of some kind. And then by the end of all of that, I want to have some kind of 30-minute overall stretching routine that I do 2 to 3 times a week. But those are 3 milestones that I want to hit as far as flexibility this year. So I'll probably do 1 a quarter. Then my other physical goal is to get 1 pull-up. I would ideally like to get this before my birthday this year, which is in August. And for that, I need to find a program and implement that program and integrate it into my workout routine. So there's kind of 2 steps to that. I'm still looking at a couple of things, but I just feel very nervous doing pull-ups at the gym right now. There's really not a good space for it. I think I would need like a step up in order to do them. I have some resistance bands that I can use to do maybe like negatives, but I still haven't figured out like how to start practicing these. And I don't want to use the lat pull down machine or the assistance machine because those actually don't help you with all the muscles that you need for a pull-up. So I need to do something like negatives, and I need to figure out how to do those. So it's really like getting the courage. Like quarter 1 goal would be like getting the courage to do a pull-up related exercise at the gym. Then I also have some financial goals. So the end of 2018, I was really focusing on financial goals for myself because I'm just getting to a point in my life now where I'm like focused on that. I have some clarity around that. I'm getting into my career and what I'm going to be doing long term and my income long term. I'm living alone, so I don't have to worry about somebody else's financial stuff affecting mine. And now I have just some more concrete goals that I really want to establish my own financial independence, just so that like, I always know that I'm fine regardless if I'm with someone or not. So the big goal is to establish long-term and short-term savings and goals. So these have a lot of steps involved with this one. This is a more elaborate goal that's probably going to be like a year-long thing, or I could get it done the first half of the year if I'm being really ambitious about it, which I might actually do because I tend to be really gung-ho with financial goals. So the first thing is I need to calculate my 401k contributions that I want to give now with my new job and automate that and set that up for my new job. I want to calculate my emergency fund goal. So emergency fund is usually 6 months to a year of what all your bills and all of your necessary everything would cost, so that if something happens that's catastrophic, then you have that to cover you for that amount of time. So I'm going to calculate what that is and then set up another automated system of saving. I already have an emergency fund set up with a little chunk of money in there and a high yield savings account, so just getting that automated is what I want to do. I also want to set up housing / furniture savings accounts as well as vacation savings accounts. So one recommendation is from like financial people is to set up individual savings accounts for each kind of goal. So I want to have something for like housing and stuff because that's what I'm working on right now with like buying new furniture and getting things like that and some like bigger purchases. And then also like if I want to take a trip, I want to have a savings account that's just devoted to that trip, and that helps most people's brains to contribute to it. Then I want to change any extra income that I have from like side gigs and side hustles and stuff like that and put that all into savings, whether that is going to a 401k or my emergency fund or one of these other things. I want to filter those income streams into some savings account of some kind. Then I want to budget for one domestic and one international trip and set the dates and savings goals for those and probably automate those as well so that I'm contributing towards some kind of vacation. Travel I want to make a big part of my life going forward, so I want to start establishing those savings goals and automating that and stuff so that can be a part of my life. My other financial goal is to establish a budget system. So this is pretty simple. I just want to try out some different budgeting methods for 2 weeks at a time and then find one that fits and sticks and works for me. There's so many different kinds. I've watched a lot of different videos on them, but at this point I need to stop the learning process and just start some of them and figure out which ones work best for me personally. Then for my career, this one's a pretty easy one as well. I want to obtain supervision. So you need supervision for my career to get licensed. I want to be professionally licensed. It's about a 2-year process. So it sounds like my new job will be able to do that. So when I start orientation this coming week, I'm going to get that in writing if that's something that they can do. So I know that's established. If they can't do it, then I'm going to seek it outside and get that started somewhere doing supervision so I can work on my license and get that as soon as possible. And last category is relationships. And here I want to foster friendships, primarily new friendships. So for this, I'm telling myself that I want to attend one kind of meetup or social event that I'm invited to, or thing that I like, again, like I find on meetup.com or Facebook or something, attend some kind of social meetup event once a month. I also do plan on creating some kind of like online friendship account. So there's things like Bumble BFF and things. So I am going to do that as well to try to meet like-minded people because I do want like a small group of loyal friends that are local. I have a lot of friends internationally and far away and friends that are even like 2 hours away, but I want some people that are close by. Like loyalty and friendship is a really big part of my life and really important to me. So I really want to foster that in my life and people who I enjoy being around, who enjoy being around me, and that we make each other better people. I just really want that in my life again. So this is how I set up my overall goals, and I color coded them based on what they were. And then over here I have the goal and then the habit / task that I need to complete for each of those, and I can check those off as I do them throughout the year. And then I did already make a quarterly goals spread, which I'm going to fill in later when I figure out exactly how I want to do this, but I'm going to then break these down into even smaller goals that I want to do throughout the quarter. So the first 3 months of the year, I will have all of those goals in there. And then I might even break it out into monthly as well. We will see. Or at least assign those quarterly goals to a month, like as the month comes around, etc., depending on what I am feeling the most lately. So that is it for all of my 2019 goals. 2019, like you saw, is my year of growth. That is my word that I am feeling for this year, so I'm very excited about 2019 and what it's going to bring. So comment below and let me know what some of your 2019 goals are. Let me know if you have a word that you were kind of living by for 2019. I would love to know. I'm really feeling this time of year, and I'm feeling really motivated and inspired and really happy and ready to be working on me and just getting everything, like my foundation, and I just feel really good right now. So I'm very excited about that. So let me know what your goals are. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.